are you doing today, Joseph? It's been a long time coming.
Yo, Julian, I'm doing great. Not as good as that chair you're sitting in, man.
Oh, thank you so much. I
I
literally
love
just
it.
did this 30 minutes ago. Well, not 30 minutes ago, but it took me 30 minutes to build it. But let's get right into it. With the original show that you were on, now we're going to see you on Power Book for Force. Do you think we're going to see a different kind of evolution with the Tommy character?
I think that it's going to be a different city with different rules, but the same Tommy, just like the poster says. But that same Tommy is going to be exciting because the situations that he's in are going to be different. The city is going to be different. So we're going to have to see Tommy as Tommy. How is he going to survive in a different city that's attacking him from all corners?
Now, we've also seen Tommy done a lot of violence on the original show as well. How much more of that we could see on the show?
I think Tommy's only going to do the amount of violence he needs to survive. I think that Tommy, there are times where Tommy has done some pretty wild things, like when he lit the guy on fire and he thought he only cooked a medium rare because Tommy does what he thinks is the best thing. But we've seen him take tabs on what works and what doesn't work. He's always trying new things, but he is taking a tally of what works and what doesn't work. So his skill set is getting sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. Even though we find a Tommy who has lost everything, his whole support system, his family, his brother, everything is now gone for Tommy. The only thing he has is his skill set and his, parts.
Now, speaking of skill set and parts, do you believe that Tommy will take what he learned from Ghost and Kanan to Chicago and apply what he learned, or will he go there completely new with a fresh mindset?
Julian, I think you hit the nail on the head. Tommy is 2 parts Kanan, 2 parts Ghost, all Tommy. So I think that those two different characters really combined make Tommy character. And Tommy is going to be himself. He's not going to be new. He's going to be the exact same Tommy, but the situations are going to change. This ensemble has now changed, with all of the great actors that we have in the show, from Tommy Flanagan to Chris Lofton and all the actors in between. It's the stage is set for mayhem. And I don't think that since Al Capone, you've seen a New Yorker that is going to hit Chicago quite as hard.
Speaking of Chicago, what was the first thing you noticed once you went on the set for the show?
How much Chicago has changed. Not only the gentrification, but how the city itself has changed a lot in terms of law and law enforcement and government and politics. There has been a lot of change since I lived there and lived and grew up and lived in Chicago until I was 21. So it was interesting to see the change, but also really helpful for me because there was a lot of discovery that I was making, and it's the same discovery that Tommy has to make.
I used to drive in Chicago, and the parking over there is quite ridiculous.
And you see that Tommy, as you saw in the episodes, Tommy is not having a lot of luck with the parking in Chicago either.
Oh my God, so ridiculous. I'm happy to speak with you today, Joseph. I'm very excited for this show.
Thank you, Julian. I'm excited to talk to you too, and I got to get myself a chair like that.
Oh, I need to send you an Amazon link somehow. Well, how are the both of you doing today?
Hi, Julian. We're fantastic. Well, I'm speaking for Shane.
No, we're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Let's just get right into it. So tell me more about your characters on Power Book for Force, especially since the shows take place in Chicago too.
Yeah, I think when we meet Gloria, she's, as it becomes really clear quite early on, she's in this on-off relationship with Vic. Currently, they're off. Tommy enters into the life. They become very fast friends. But Gloria as a character, she's feisty, she's determined. You see that really early on in the first episode. She's really just trying to get out from under the Flynn family, which is proving highly difficult, especially because her boyfriend is part of that family.
Yeah, Vic's trying to get out from under the thumb of his dad and out from under his dad's shadow, and trying to take over, step into the leadership role with the family. But his dad's making that very difficult, and and then on the other end of it, he's also has this conflict because he really wants to be with his girl, the love of his life. He wants to make this thing happen, and so he might have to give up the family business to do that because his dad doesn't approve. of that relationship, which can be really, really, taxing on Vic. And so it's kind of like, what world is he gonna choose to leave? The world of his family or his girl?
That's interesting insight. Now, my second question for the both of you: do you think both of your characters sees Tommy Egan as an outsider coming into this world, especially since he's from way in the East Coast?
I see him as an outsider. I mean, Tommy's definitely very intriguing for Gloria. She's very welcoming to Tommy's entrance into Chicago. I don't think the same could be said for Vic, but yeah, the outside, a new guy in town is always exciting, and what's he about? So there's definitely an element of that in Gloria's world anyway.
Are you, Shane?
Yeah, I think that Vic definitely, like Gabrielle said, he definitely a different approach to the first meeting, with Tommy. Gloria, much more welcoming. But I think that it's to me, I always look at it like Vic has no idea who this guy is or what he's capable of, and we know from the jump, it's like, dude, do you know who you're messing with, kind of a thing. And that's a little bit or a lot of bit of the approach, kind of as it continues to unfold throughout the season, and we learn, this is who this guy is, this is where he's from, this is what he's doing, this is how he moves, all that stuff. But a real mystery at the beginning, and Vic might get himself into some trouble because of that.
My final question for the both of you: what were the conversations like between the both of you and with the producers and writers when it came to crafting your characters?
Oh, I mean, prior to going on set, we all had a really great chemistry anyway. The cast as a whole, especially obviously Shane and I had so many scenes together, and thank God we got on great. I like to think so. Did we, Shane?
Fabulous.
And yeah, so it was so easy to work with Shane. He's such a fantastic actor. He's very easy on the eye, and Gloria and Vic have a very interesting storyline together. So we'll see where it goes.
Wow, so I'm blushing over here. Come on, cheetah. Very nice of you to say. Yeah, it was being on set and kind of crafting the characters in real time, because when you're originating a show, and Joseph, obviously, he has it just so down. That's kind of like we all wanted to elevate to that, like try to catch up, really, because he's been doing this for years and years, and he knows the character so well. And so we're kind of in real time trying to figure it all out and kind of flesh out these characters and all of that. And I think the chemistry between the actors was very apparent. And as Gabrielle was saying, like we got on like right away, and we're just kind of going back and forth, and that makes everything so much easier when you appreciate the people that you're getting to spend 16 17 hours with a day. And so that was a real joy.
It's so cliche, but we really were a family. We all so tight, and all of us together, any of us could hang out. We're all very, very close.
100%.
Yeah, I could tell it's based on the chemistry between you two. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Julian.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
How are both of you doing today, Chris and Isaac?
And all is well. I can't complain. Julian, how you, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm quite caffeinated.
Okay. Okay. Let's bring the energy then, Julian. Let's go.
Yes. Well, my first question for the both of you: were you fans of the Power series prior to joining the cast?
I'll let Chris get him, cuz. I let him.
Well, I was a Power fan, to say the least. I'm gonna keep it very brief. I was a Power fan heavily. Like, Power was my show. It was my go-to show. Everybody's got that one show that they just feel so attached to and they're waiting on every week. Like, I hate shows that make you wait, but Power was one of those shows. It was a good wait, because you really had something to look forward to. So I'm the guy that's watched every episode of every season at least 4 times, and I'm being nice when I say 4. So yeah.
Yeah, and I say that because he said, I know he watched it 4 times. I probably watched him about 2 to 3, and that's why I let him go personally, because he is a super fan, and he's always been a person to kind of go to as we talk about Power, because he's a historian with it. I've been a fan, because I looked at it as back in the day when you just run home to go watch it. You know what I mean? The first season, like you you know, you go try to get home, you had watch parties, you had viewing parties, everybody was trying to get together, and then on Mondays, everybody was still talking about it. So I mean, it's played a important part in this journey as we continue to move forward, man. We're just glad to be a part of Power Book 4 Force.
Indeed.
Yeah, so let's get right to it, because now that you are fans of the original, how did it feel to join this cast, especially since it's going to be mostly Tommy Egan's story along with all the other characters, especially the both of yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, when I found out I got this role, I was, man, head over heels. I remember I just instantly cried. Those tears of joy, those thug tears, I like to call them. I had a moment where I had some thug tears, and I remember just jumping into my pool at my complex, all my clothes on, just jumped in. I was that excited because I've been auditioning for Power since the beginning. I auditioned for the original Power, for Sean on the original Power, and on the first spinoff on Ghost, I auditioned for Professor Reynolds, and on Raising Kanan, I auditioned for Lulu and Marvin, and on BMF, I auditioned for Lamar Silas. And then, so it was just, and to be a fan from the beginning and audition for all those roles, to finally get it, and to be in my hometown of Chicago with my favorite character, Tommy, I couldn't write it any better.
Well, for me, it was, you know, let's just say it was a lot of swearing when I found out, when my agents called and told me it was a lot of swearing. It was a jump up in the air with a fist pump and a couple of dance moves and spins in the mirrors, you know, so because the excitement, it just kind of hit me, man. It was it's still surreal. It's still at a point where now it's like, I'm still trying to like grasp it, you know, sitting here talking to you, it's like, wow, okay, we're on this series that we all been fans for so long. And now all of a sudden it's like, we're a part of it. And I think it just now, it's important to me just to bring value. And, you know, I'm just surrounded with amazing cast, man, that is allowing us to do that.
Thank you for the both of you for your time today. I can't wait to watch the series.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are welcome, man. Also, I love Chicago too. That's one of my favorite states. I mean, my favorite cities.
Oh, we big enough. We might be a state one day. You had it right. I'm not mad at that at all.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, you too, Joe.
Doing great. How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm still wide awake after all this, but I'm good. Now, how does it feel to be on Power Book 4 Force?
It feels surreal. I love waking up and getting on set. I love being a part of the show. The cast is so great. The cast members are great. It's a great experience being a part of Power Book 4 Force.
How about yourself, Anthony?
Dream come true, brother. You know, it's definitely, as an artist, a show where you're able to use your tools as an actor in such a beautiful way around people who are just as dedicated and who are just as committed to telling a great story.
You know, that goes to my next question. Both of your characters on the show, they're on for the entire season. Were there any particular episodes where the both of you felt like you brought a lot out of yourself into developing these scenes?
I'm gonna say all of them. You know, we definitely have to pull, you know, as artists from our own experiences. And I think for both of our characters, you know, there's a deep well there that we are able to use.
Yeah. You got to bring it every episode.
Yeah.
We got to give it 100% on every episode, whether we got a little bit of lines or a lot of lines. We want to bring our full spirit when we get on set, you know, we give it our all.
Have both of you been fans of the original show or the other spinoffs before joining the cast?
Yes, I was a fan. I was a fan of Power. Me and my family watched Power every like since the beginning episode, since the very first episode of the first season. We watched every episode, so we've been fans.
What about you, Anthony?
I kind of got into the Power universe a little bit late, but once in it, I jumped in with both feet, and you know, it's been an amazing experience. And I think Power Book 4 Force is definitely going to continue that tradition, and we see the next chapter in the story of Tommy Egan.
Now, speaking of Tommy Egan, what is both of your characters' relationship with Tommy?
You go first, then.
Of course, you said that. The relationship with Tommy is one that will become, I mean, from the first episode, it'll become clear, that relationship. But I think it's something that's going to be a little bit unexpected, and I think it's something that fans are going to really, you know, really want to get into and delve into deeper as Tommy is coming to a new town, new city, and he's trying to rebuild himself from everything that happened to him in New York, you know, all of the loss that he's experienced. So he's here to rebuild himself.
Yeah.
I think that Tommy and D-Mac, their encounter really changes the trajectory of D-Mac's life. So I can't say too much about it because it's, you know, but I think that they have a big impact in each other's lives for sure.
I'll keep note of when I begin watching.
Yeah.
And my final question for both of you, which episode have both of you been on that you've been most proud of?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think I'm proud of every episode because I know that we gave it our all in every episode. I think that we did a really good job throughout the whole season. I think you guys are going to be satisfied with our performances.
Yeah, every episode, every director that we worked with, you know, really pulled the best out of all of us. So every time we came to set, you know, we not only were performers, but we were students. We were students of each other. You know, we all watched each other and grew from each other's performance. And, you know, that was always great when you can learn and grow and still tell the same story together as an ensemble.
Thanks to both of you for your time today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
So how are you doing today, Tommy and Lily?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good so far. Well, let's jump right into it. Tommy, I've been a huge fan of your work for so many years, dating back to Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC. So were you ready to jump back into an intense show like this, knowing that you came from Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC?
Am I excited about it? Yeah, very much so. This is a different league, I think. This whole Power universe. I mean, Sons was a great show back in the day, but the Power universe, I've had my eye on this for a long, long time, and to have the opportunity to step in as Walter Flynn, the Tommy Egan, and be surrounded and work with an incredible cast, which was 100%, it's quite phenomenal, and I'm very excited to play it and for you guys to see it.
What can both of you tell us about Walter and Claudia Flynn?
Well, she's my baby, and I love her dearly. And like every family, we have little we're ups and downs, my darling. Yes.
Yes, definitely. I think there's a lot of fighting back and forth from the children with their father and his old ways. They want to improve the family business. And Claudia is definitely going for that throne, and she might push her daddy a little bit. Just a little bit.
Smudge.
I guess there's gonna be a rocky relationship between the father and the daughter, is it?
Could be, who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out.
Now, knowing that the show also takes place in Chicago, were the both of you prepared for that very cold weather?
No.
God, no. I'm Scottish. I thought, it'd be great to go to the cold. I'm a Scotsman. But I've been here for 25 years. The Chicago cold is, what is it, -20 right now? I can't even imagine that anymore. No.
We had one scene where the wind was so hard it was blowing up from the lake and turning into ice in the air.
Yeah.
I never experienced anything like it.
We got the ice was all breaking on the lake that night. Remember, it was like icebergs were all banging off each other. We just got from that. It was my first night of shooting from California, and there's fucking icebergs. Nice. That was fun.
Oh my lord! When I go back to Chicago, I have to remind myself that.
I go back to Chicago in a heartbeat. I can't wait to go back. Actually, it's fantastic. I love that city. That's the whole party, the whole story. The fact it's in Chicago excites me. The Power universe going to Chicago now is a fantastic idea for Tommy Egan to ride into that town. It's just something about it. It's so old school, and I don't know, something excites me a lot about it. Chicago's still got that old school feel about it. I think New York's more I don't know, gentrified or something. And I
Modernized.
know everything's gentrified, but Chicago's got that Al Capone feeling away. Something, you know what I mean? You can still play that and still believe that in this kind of world. So yeah, Chicago, love it, love it, love it.